Cheers. Kampai, everyone. How are you doing? Good evening. Or I should say good afternoon from Japan. It's Gray from Makazashi's Tea House. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I'm sampling a local whiskey today. It's a very, very cheap one, but it's not bad. Can you see it? It's from the area where I live, which is the San-in area, and it's blended Japanese whiskey from Kurayoshi. So getting in the mood. I'm really curious to find out what Noporio's drinking tonight. But we also have another special guest. We have, I think it's the first time from at the beginning of my show. She was on last week. We have the wonderful Lady Bellfire. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm really good. I'm still emotionally wrecked from watching that movie, Lady B.
Yeah, me too. Those anime movies are just freaking feels trains, and they kick you right there in the feels.
They do, don't they? They do. The Japanese seem to be so good at that, at really like manipulating your emotions, really making you, feel. They draw out those scenes, don't they? Until you just literally like, yeah. Come on.
Like, oh my god. I'm not crying.
I'm not crying. Now, he said he wasn't crying, but we're not quite sure. Let's ask him in person. Nerdporio Lifeform is here. How are you doing?
Doing great. How you doing?
Great, mate. Thanks so much for doing that watch party before we did the stream. And having it in English was great for me because I had to watch it in Japanese last week with Japanese subtitles. Very good. My Japanese is okay. It's not amazing. It should be better.
It's not Genki?
It's always Genki.
Okay.
Speaking of Genki, look who's here. It's Steve.
Oh my god.
I still don't know what the hell Genki means, so I don't know if you're are you slurring me, Gray? I don't know. Is that a slur?
It means
it's like Gaijin or something.
How are you? I'm fine, I'm good, I'm well, thank you. That's all it means. Genki. It can also mean like life force. How's your Genkiness, Steve?
I'm a life force?
Do you have your life force intact?
I'm not sure after this show. I was so confused, and I missed half of it, so I don't know.
I think I want it tonight.
I'm like, I hope I have something to contribute because I'm just was back and forth, and I only saw half of it, and I'm like, are we time traveling? I was so confused for half of it because I missed half of it. So sorry.
You asked if they were in a peripheral. They were in a peripheral.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that was good.
Right?
kind of.
God help us.
Just say a quick hello to the chat before we get rolling. So we have the wonderful Dempsey is here. Great to see you, Dempsey. Low spec Linux laptop. I've got it right. I so want to say Linux, like the name Linus. I know it's crazy. Good to see you, mate. Great to see you. We have Jacob Ironside in the chat, and of course the wonderful Lady B, who was doing something before the stream started. I'm not going to say what it was.
It was in the movie, though. It was recreated in the movie.
Shelby AC, hey, how you doing? That's great to see you too. I thought no one would be watching it this time because I know it's late, and you guys had the hour change, didn't you? Was it last weekend?
Last weekend, oh my gosh. Yeah, and Steve had a show that morning after the time change, and I didn't realize that because not all the states do the daylight savings time, so I was got up an hour earlier than I had to, which was already early for me. And I'm just oh my gosh. And we did it all because the other guy on the show that we did wanted to watch a football game.
Alex.
Oh.
And they got killed too. So I guess that's karma. Green Bay got killed. Sorry. Sorry.
Guys, I've got a bit of background noise, so I might mute myself quite a few times. So I'm relying on you guys today. There's construction work going on. I don't think you can hear it too bad, but anyway.
No.
Can't really hear it.
It's just an excuse, really, to mute myself, go off camera, and watch that scene where she's doing. No, I'm not gonna say it.
That was so funny. I know. That's she's
If you were a boy dropped into a girl's body, like a teenage girl, would you, Steve? This is a question. Would you have a cop a quick feel and see what it feels like?
I'd be like, what?
Of course. I mean, come on. I'm surprised you didn't go full after it. Right? It's just take off everything. See, that's the thing. I popped in at that part. I'm like, what the hell are we watching?
What?
And
it's a hentai anime. No, it's not.
Going like this, and then he's stripping in front of the mirror. I'm like, why is this young woman stripping and playing with her boobies? I was just like,
are you making Irish donut or Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
I wasn't sure. Oh, I know Nos would have watched it if it was Tifa checking herself out in the mirror. So
Definitely.
Oh.
I know I was drinking earlier. I had a delicious wine from Mystic Hills Vineyard, which is the guy that is Clint Eastwood's editor, so he names all of the wines after the movies that he did. And this one was Unforgiven, and it definitely had Unforgiven vibes. It was a full-bodied red, heavy, tanniny.
Wow.
It was good.
Oh, I thought you meant Unforgiven, like it was disgusting.
No, that's what it's called. No, that's
I will
like
never
his name after
forgive
the
you
movie.
for that wine ever.
I don't remember what the other ones are called, but like
Did you ever make a plain misty for me wine? That sounds like a good wine.
So real quick, I'm getting ready. Like after the show here, I have some clipping to do. Nerdporial, if anybody is looking to see Nerdporial as you've never seen him before, Nerdporial got freaking wasted last night. After
I don't
watching The
believe
Peripheral.
it. I missed it, man. I missed it.
He got completely wasted.
So funny.
I drank one drink or drank one of those little bottles, and I
He
think I
shot
drank it a
it.
little too fast.
He shot it so fast. He's like, man, I'm so drunk. It was the greatest. So I'm gonna clip all. It'll be clipped in a shorter version. You can check out.
Okay,
Nerdporial.
okay, guys. Before we go
do-
too far off track, let me just do a
Sorry.
quick introduction. Yeah. So we have the animated movie Your Name, Kimi no Nawa. It was a 2016 Japanese animated romantic fantasy film. There we go. It's about a high school boy in Tokyo and a high school girl in the Japanese countryside who suddenly, inexplicably, begin to swap bodies. That's a basic premise. It was a huge hit in Japan. I don't know about overseas. So
I think it was like, I know they showed it in theaters because me and my brother were going to try to see it because he's into anime a lot.
Ooh.
And we tried to go see it. I think it was playing at like the AMC in the Lemley, but it's like when they do the anime movies, they usually only have it out for a week or so we missed it.
Yeah. Well, listen to this. The year it came out, it was the same year as The Force Awakens. That takes you back, yeah? It did double in Japan what The Force Awakens did. We're talking 23.5 billion yen, whatever that means. I don't even know anymore. Whereas Force Awakens did 11. Under that was Shin Godzilla doing 8 billion. So it was a massive hit. But despite that, the director, the writer has said that the film is not as good as he wanted it to be. There were things that we couldn't do. We wanted to keep going, but we had to stop for lack of money. 2 years was not enough. There we go. Okay, thanks guys for that.
No, I didn't. So do we? No, I had to be hopping back and forth through this, so I was a little bit lost at points. Do we know why they started switching bodies? Was it the comet, or like was it just unexplained? Like it just started happening.
It seemed like it was something that's been going on in that part of Japan for a while. So like it seemed
I
like
think it had something
generations of people have
I think it had something
this.
to do with the comet because they kind of make a connection to how the comet created the lake there before, and that how like other people in their family had weird dreams and visions. And then they talk about the metaphor of weaving the threads together, and that's kind of like the threads of fate. And then they talk about like how they randomly met each other on the subway in the past, which is funny because it's like this is more Wheel of Time in terms of weaving and metaphors of life than the Wheel of Time TV show.
But was it because I thought she went looking for him, or was that something else?
No, they went and looked for each other later on in the movie, but in the beginning they talk about like weaving fates and how you're like your fate could like your thread can intersect somebody else's fate thread, and like you could have their threads tangled up. So I think that's what the idea was, is when the comet comes, every time it does, it kind of can screw up the thread pattern, and this guy's and this girl's like threads get crossed, so that's why they start changing bodies.
Gotcha. Okay. I just wasn't
That is
sure.
a great summary, Lady B. That's brilliant. And
you.
yeah, the Wheel of Time vibes. I was like, where's Steve? Where's Steve? We need Steve now. That was so cool.
I know, like they're literally talking about it like how they do. I was like, what is this? This is better than the show.
It doesn't take much, but it sounded like it was much better than the show. So I'll I caught a little bit of it.
Okay, I'm trying to stay quiet because anyway, it really got me because this started out as what I thought a kind of typical Japanese high school, love story where people can't meet or they're kind of dreaming about each other, and then halfway through it just flips the story on its head. This is how I felt the first time. I just did not expect what happened, without giving spoilers away, but the whole comet scene and the kind of weird time travel slight vibes to it, Steve, the peripheral like vibes, I thought it was fantastic. It really impressed me. It went in a different direction than I was expecting.
It's so funny how many anime series and movies and stuff, it's always like the high school romance thing starts. And this is funny because it kind of had the same thing, but it just like it went on its own thing, and they tend to do that, but a lot of them are just like, okay, high school romance, but like my girlfriend's a demon or a vampire or something like that.
Or everybody's nuts, like in that show When They Cry, where there's 4 different like scenarios, and they either all kill each other or something that's messed up. So that's another example of a messed up high school or school. I mean, I think they're junior high actually. But yeah,
they're killing each other, huh?
Yeah, it's one of those psychological thrillers that it's a weird one. So, but yeah, this was a beautiful movie. Like
oh yeah, the art,
just like
the
art, the sound, the music, the color, everything about this was beautiful. It was gorgeous. The cinematography was great. I like it. It didn't seem like every shot was beautiful. Nothing.
Yeah, like that whole
nothing was wasted.
The sequence when they're kind of showing the comet coming down and how they're intertwined with each other, it's like, oh my god, like the art for every scene, it's beautiful. Like every frame is like a different color scheme and everything. It's more detailed than like say this panel. They did a lot more like detailed work, and even though
I'm not a big fan of modern anime, like I just don't like the look of it most of the time. But
I like this style of anime, but like when you see stuff that's like more like a series, it's usually more basic.
And then I was getting a lot of Studio Ghibli vibes. Were you guys? Not just the beauty, but the characters' faces. It's got that kind of Ghibli look. This weird little bit caricature style.
I'm curious if these people like worked under Ghibli at one point and then kind of went off and formed their own studio. And I believe the studio involved in this was Comix Wave Films. They're the producer. They're the ones producing this. So yeah.
Okay, nice one. Shout out to Stephen Ransom. Good to see you, mate. And Nosferatu. Keep those comments coming. Well, guys, look at this scene. It's just one of the scenes. How beautiful is that?
Yeah, it's so nice. And, it's like you live in Japan, so you can say if this is realistic or not. But, like, one of the things my brother likes, being totally obsessed with Japan, is he watches a lot of, like, driving videos and walking videos. And it's just literally, like, someone will drive from, like, one city to the other, but they go through the country. And it's just so beautiful. And even the walking videos when they go through the shrines, like, it's amazing. And it just looked exactly like the movie.
Yeah,
real life did.
The scenery shots were quite interesting. Even if I was a little lost at what was going on with the story, there was a lot to. Like Napoleon said, the music was very good in places. A lot of it was really, really good. And then just like some of the different uses of the anime style, like the zooming in and the zooming out, and just the attention to detail in the backgrounds and stuff. It was very pleasant to look at, I thought, anyway.
So, to Gray, to answer your question, there's a reason why it gives you that Ghibli vibe. The director of this movie, Ando Masashi, or Masashi Ando, you usually say the last name first. He basically worked for Miyazaki and Satoshi Kon, and he worked on Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and so he was involved with Ghibli. So that's why we're getting this. That's why there's a lot of Ghibli in this movie. So yeah, I looked it up. I didn't know it right away. So here you go.
Guys, you've got to bear with me. I've got a bit of a a weird internet signal. There's probably to do with the construction work going on outside. But should we go around the horn then? Just give basic thoughts on what you thought about the movie. Would you recommend it to start with? Would you recommend people who maybe not so much into anime? Is this worth watching as like a full-blown anime movie? So Lady Bellfire, start with you.
Oh yeah, I definitely say it's like when it starts, it's got that kind of traditional anime trope of high school romance, and it's like dating and some awkward kid and like some awkward girl and an awkward guy, and you don't really quite know what's going on. And then it comes like with another common trope in anime, which is like the really kind of like ridiculous like outrageous circumstances, and you're just like, this is like suspension of disbelief time. But like a lot, when they do this well, it's like you just kind of accept whatever weird thing happens, and it really gets you in with the story. Like you really start to care with this. Like the stakes are really high when he figures out like what happened that caused the strings to get crossed, and you end up really caring about it, and they get you, yeah, the strings are crossed and the wheel weaves as the wheel will, like they say in Wheel of Time. But no,
everything comes back to Wheel of Time, doesn't it?
I
Steve,
know,
Lady B, everything is coming around.
it's just
Well, you should read it,
it was
right?
such
I
a
mean,
great metaphor, and it was so visually represented in this movie they
Yeah.
could have done in the other stuff, but it just did. But you see how it, like, I'm trying not to spoiler it too, because I know that
Me
you don't
too.
wanna, yeah, but when he figures out what happened that made their streams cross and what happened to this person, and he tries to meet her and
my
possibly
God.
save her, you're just like, oh my goodness. And it's like seemed like it was pretty short movie too, so if you want, like, I don't know about anime and you just wanted to watch it and kind of see whether it was good or not, and it was moving, I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried.
I was close to tearing up too, got to admit. Okay, how about you, Nerdporio? Speaking of tearing up, he was being very stoic, but I think he was secretly crying on the inside. What did you think?
I honestly, between looking at the chat and half paying attention to the movie, so I kind of came off confused. I was like, okay, what's going on now? Is this happening out of order? So this is going to require a rewatch on my part. But what I saw, I really liked. I mean, just on a technical side, like I said, the music, the sound,
Music was
the
awesome.
shots,
Yeah.
the beautiful shots. Like just seeing this movie makes me want to go to Japan right now. And just
I know.
and you see the food looked delicious in the movie.
Yes.
You see them eating and everything.
Get over here, Nerdporio. Come on. I'll show you
Oh my
around.
God, I want to go to Japan. I've watched the like ferry videos, the train videos, the driving videos, the walking videos.
But like I loved
So
I mean the fact that this is a love story this is a deep love story because there's stakes involved and there's
The stakes are like insane.
it's not your typical tropey type of story, and that's just, this I feel is a timeless type of story, you know. And it's just like we care about these characters. We want to see them meet at the end. And like, are they going to meet? 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 Spoiler alert, they do. But that's pretty much what we were waiting for, and it pays off. And that's what people want in a movie. And
Give me the meat and give it to me raw, Nerdporio.
they show it. They show, and they don't. They show. They tell, but a lot of stuff they show. So I mean, this is
Nosferatu comments. Sorry guys, Nosferatu just made me laugh. This entire stream is all of us being jealous of Grey. Look, I don't live anywhere near Tokyo. I'm in a tiny little like countryside town.
I don't want to
it's
live
near
in
the sea.
Tokyo.
so I got a question. So Grey,
Sorry,
do you
Steve.
do you relate to what's her name? What the heck's the character's name again?
Mitsuha.
Mitsuha. Is
hard to pronounce.
that kind of where you live? You kind of live in an area like that?
Not as countryside as that. We call it Inaka. Inaka, which means like proper countryside. It's a bigger town. It's about 120, 140,000 population by the western coast. So by the west, what do you call it? The Japan Sea. Japan Sea, yeah, right. As if you can own a sea. But it is a little bit like this. If you go up into the mountains, you'll see, houses like this. They've got the local shrine. Guys and Lady B, how good was that scene? The local shrine, local festival. They had that down to a T.
Like the freaking like walking videos. Those are so cool. I was like, what?
Steve, how about you? Well, I know you're a bit confused because you had to kind of jump in and out of the stream, the watch. Sorry, what did you make of it? Like generally?
Well, I mean, so one, if you are looking for like a love story, this would, if you're looking for an action anime, this isn't it, right? Two, obviously you got to be anime centered or enjoy anime a lot to want to see this. It wouldn't be something I wouldn't have watched it if we weren't going to be doing this. Right, personally, this just would have never hit my radar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just because it's not something that I would normally go looking for, right? I had never heard of it until you said something. It was just like, what? Okay, what are we getting into here, right? So obviously, if you like anime and you want a pretty good love story. That is, beautifully drawn and directed, and great music in that. Then sure, you'd probably like it. I don't know that I'll watch it again. I think it's sort of like, it's fine for me, but whoa, shit, man, good lord. And it was good. Like, it was good. I enjoyed watching it with
Sorry,
you all,
Steve.
but that was a little, it's like, wrong. It's like, wow.
That's right. We're saying Steve is a harsher critic than Siskel and Ebert. There we go. That's why I made you big
right?
screen.
So I mean, it was good. I mean, for me, good, worth watching. I was glad I watched it with you guys. I don't know that I'd go back and do it again, just because I'm not huge. Anime is okay. I just haven't done one
anime
that makes
like
me
it
want
has
to,
its moments. Like if
I'm-
the
yeah,
story's
I'm the same.
good, it's like I
Yeah.
like it, but like it's all like there's something that annoys me with the voices and stuff. It's like they record it in a studio and it never seems to match the ambience of whatever they're looking at usually. But then there's also
yeah.
like the women that are like,
yeah. Well, and then
like that. Like,
man, she just had a donut. I think. Oh my god.
Very creamy donut. yeah.
Creamy. Well,
Creamy
okay, you
donut.
said it, not me. This
My
is your
donut.
channel. I wasn't gonna go there, but okay, creamy donut.
He follows you around, Steve, the donut story.
hey,
Hey, wherever you go.
The donut gang is here.
The
to
Lord
stay, right?
of the all hail the Lord Donut.
Lord God Emperor Donut, whatever it is today. I don't know, but it was enjoyable. If you like love stories, then I would give it a watch, especially if you like anime. If you like anime, I definitely would suggest it.
it probably goes through the like least amount of annoying anime tropes with
that's so
dating and
beautiful.
people being stupid. Like,
Yeah,
Let
he
me
does
put it
that.
this
You're
way.
right, Lady
I
B.
guess-
I mean, it skips a lot of that. Like, I think there's only one
He's
awkward
got some,
date.
but it did surprise me. Sorry, just to cut in. As you say, Stevie, I wouldn't go for a love story either normally, but the story just like when it flipped, halfway
Yeah.
through, and you're like, oh my god! And then they started doing the whole like Wheel of Time vibes. Everyone's linked, and yeah, the time travel aspect to it. It really impressed me. It became a sci-fi story.
A little bit, yeah. I guess my
Fantasy.
my thought would be, if you are not diehard, like there are animes that like now that are coming out that sort of like they're so good everybody should watch them or try and watch them because they just sort of are that good. I don't know that if it wasn't
Silverlock
for-
Kale, mate.
Oh, hey, Silverlock, what's up, man? I don't know that if it wasn't for this would have ever hit my radar, just because it isn't one of those. It's just like, hey, wow, this is like a world-ending story. Like, the story is out there. Everybody should see this anime because it's mind-altering, and you know what I mean. So it by far wasn't bad. It was enjoyable. I just, I don't know that I would have
honest,
found it if it wasn't for you. So.
I'll be honest, the visuals really made me think of like older Japanese films. Like,
Yeah.
if this was a period piece, this would be very Kurosawa in terms of style. I mean, it's funny that like I think anime a lot of
That's
times is
so
even better
pretty.
than their current film, how they make films now. So back then they were like Japan was like one of the best at filmmaking, especially in the 50s and
Are you saying
60s.
Japan isn't anymore? Are you throwing shade at Japan?
It's up and down, to
with
be
their
honest,
live
guys.
action
Up and
stuff.
down.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
their live
it is.
action stuff. Yeah, it's
They're kind of famous for
my
putting
God,
out
shots fired.
poor quality movies for the live
Really?
action. But
Okay.
look at this attention to detail. This kind of thing was blowing my mind.
It's very
Really
beautiful.
gone. Yes,
Yeah,
look
it's
at
very
that.
good,
That
very
is-
beautiful. Yeah.
I wonder if Breath of the Wild stole some ideas from this. No, probably
Sure.
not.
Why not?
Which
Why
was
not?
first, Napoleon? This was 2016, I think, when it was released. So
Yeah,
it's
I-
probably been made for 2 years before that, 2014 onwards.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild came out in 2017.
So
So,
this-
Is that
probably
an
not.
anime?
So this stole from Breath of the Wild. Is that what you're saying? The greatest Zelda of all
That's the
time.
game for the
The
Switch.
greatest Zelda of all time.
Oh,
Seriously,
God.
are we going there now?
I just.
Steve kicking us off. Here we go.
That's about as timeless as my pinky.
Ocarina
What?
of Time, baby, all the way for
I
Napoleon.
just-
That's
He
timeless.
knows- he
That's
knows
a
I'm-
timeless story.
I hope
That's a
he knows
timeless
I'm-
game.
I know he knows I'm playing with him. I know his feelings about it. But,
Yeah.
I actually.
Oh my
I-
god, I love Japanese
Yeah.
maples. They're so nice.
That's a
We
cool
have
little
two.
ripple. I like
Yes,
that.
I
Beautiful.
agree.
My
There was a
brother
lot of that in
bought
this
some-
movie, wasn't there? Lots of ripples you saw, of course, things being tied together. There was things going on in the background, and I thought was really cool. I want to watch it again, even like a third time, to try and catch everything. Like you were saying,
used,
Steve, it's hard to
they-
catch it, what's going on the first way
Well,
through.
especially I was up and down, to be fair. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of ripples, I don't know if I've watched enough anime. Like usually when something awakens or an idea pops on you, like how you think of the light bulb. Well, what they do is they show a little droplet, it causes a ripple effect in the water, and that's usually they use that.
Oh,
Like
nice.
they use that in a lot of shows. Like Evangelion used it, Razafon used it. I'm sure a whole bunch of others, especially the weirder shows, the more thematic shows.
You're a weirder show. Yeah.
And that's
I feel a bit bad about Steve. I keep making him watch movies that he wouldn't normally watch just for
That's
just for
okay,
this
though.
show.
No, that's okay. No, look, man.
I like
That's the
Sick
whole
Digs.
point, I think, right? I mean,
Like when Zaxx sent me down the Indian cinema rabbit hole. I was picking
I
up
can al-
Indian
I-
food last night. I almost told they were watching some horrible Indian like romantic music videos. I told the guy there to watch Triple R.
You gotta watch Triple R or
I
Oh
still
my
have to
God,
see that.
Triple
I've been
R.
meaning to see that. I've been meaning to see that.
yeah, I only went so far down that rabbit hole, but Triple R was
Gayd Arena of Time. That's
Gatorina.
right. Stop it. Gaydar or Gadarina, sorry.
Gaydar. You're right.
How's your Gaydar today, Steve?
It was rocking. I saw, as soon as I saw this show come on, I'm like, dude, that man. She wanted to go on a date with the girl. I was like, man, here comes the gay, right? I mean, I don't know. I was confused. There were moments like that where he's like looking at his phone, and I'm like, what is happening? So I think I think it's one of those. Well,
Because,
no,
it was
I
hard
know.
to,
I know
it was hard
now
to
from
keep track of
talking.
when they were in whose body each time, wasn't it? Especially in the beginning, we weren't sure.
when they
Is that the
didn't
guy?
know what was going on.
Well, I mean, the show starts, at least I think that's when it started with her feeling herself up, and you're like, huh? What are we getting into here? Right?
He's woken up in her body without knowing what's going on, and he's like, oh,
But you
what's
don't
this?
know that.
Gosh,
So
what?
No.
your assumption is she's feeling herself up.
They don't
because
tell you,
know.
they show you, Steve. They lead you in, like they kind of drop you in the middle, don't they? And then later on, you get the typical anime exposition. Don't they?
Yeah.
Well, because so maybe I missed that because I sat down and I saw that part. I'm like, okay, this is a little weird. And then did they tell you ever that scene was him? I mean, obviously it was him, but
Yeah.
Like-
they because they show him entering the body and he does the same thing.
did they show her
they
in his
show her.
body?
They don't-
Groping at his
Well, she looks like, oh my god.
She
Yeah,
takes the
that's
serpent
right.
out.
Her face gets all red.
She takes the serpent out. Oh my god!
There's a scene, Steve, where she is as in his body. She's coming out the toilet. You don't see it, but she's just like her face or his face is like, what the fuck just happened?
Good. Then good. I'm happy. That's awesome. Good. They did.
Do you reckon he sat down or did he do it standing up? That's the question.
She sat down, of course.
Nosferatu saying, "I will die on the hill of ass over titties." He says. No, sorry, Nos. I disagree. I'm the reverse, mate. I'm reverse.
Wait, you're not a Lars guy? No feet over titties?
No, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe Brie Larson's feet, but like they're kind of special.
what?
So,
Oh, God.
speaking of horror
No
movies,
feet.
Do I
there we
have
go.
anything to drink right now, man? I don't drink. I'm gonna have to go get some turpentine or something.
All right, some Baileys and ice latte.
Man,
Hey,
Speaking
Zaxx.
of-
there's
Wait a minute.
that,
Speaking of turpentine, completely unrelated, but here we go.
I must have some booze. I demand to have some booze. I wouldn't drink that if I asked you. Why not? Because I don't advise it. Even the wankers on the site wouldn't drink that. That's worse than meth. Nonsense. This is a far superior drink to meths.
there we go. I'll go find some lighter fluid.
Richard E. Grant and Paul McGann, fantastic.
See, I set him up and you knock him out. See, I know what I'm doing.
That was awesome,
Chris.
Steve. We couldn't have planned it any better.
Yeah, I know, right? All we need is some Mike Ehrmantraut and
Done.
get a message from the future from Raporial, but
I can't. I'm not.
Or from the past,
Are
yes.
being jammed by Gray right now, so I can't do
dang it.
anything.
All right.
Jacob was asking, sorry guys, Jacob was asking, is that a real place in Japan? It's not a real place, but it's so cool. It's beautifully animated. That's where the previous meteor had crashed. Like, was it 1,000 years ago or something?
Right,
Or
Like
more than that?
1,200 years ago.
1,200 years ago, and there's a
So-
shrine right in the center there.
So I have a
A shrine.
question because again, I'm having to fill in. So the whole now I think this Was it you, Gray, that said it would be better to go back and listen to it in Japanese and read the English?
Yeah, I think the acting comes through better
because
in
I feel like
Japanese.
I got confused a few times because I was listening to the dub and then I was trying to read the words at the same time and they were not even close.
Yeah, wasn't that interesting?
If you're a hardcore anime fan, you're gonna go like subs over dubs all the time.
Yeah, it was not even close. But so I was trying to make heads or tails of the whole underworld, netherworld. Like, what was that just like, what was that? I guess I don't know. They went under the rock. Is that supposed to be like a gateway somewhere, or is that just a place of prayer or something?
It's the shrine
to the netherworld.
No, boobs are not overrated. Oh, sorry, wrong conversation. Yeah, that was.
Dude,
that
I
was
would
not
die on that hill. Boobs are not overrated. You haven't found the right boobs, Steven. Good lord.
That was the entrance to the shrine, I think, Steve. And what happens is he goes in and he drinks some of this special sake that the girl, Mitsuha, had like kind of made by. This is serious. This is true. By chewing rice. So it had her.
Yeah,
it had
they
her,
chew rice and spit it out and ferment it.
Had her cream in it. It had some of her.
Had a little bit of donut cream in it, yeah. And she drank. He drank it, and then he kind of had the weird, connection scene where.
So it was just a shrine. It wasn't like because it kept mentioning.
It wasn't a gateway to the underworld,
or
no.
underworld or something. Is it just like
I think it talked about how when the guy or the chick's mom died, like that was the connection to have with your ancestors, and that's why it was important to keep up the shrine. And the grandmother wanted to keep doing it and wanted to get her involved with taking care of the shrine, but her dad really was like kind of tired of it, and it's like, she's gone, why do we have to keep the shrine up? And then the kids went to go live with the grandmother, and then the dad went to be mayor or whatever the heck he was. And
yeah, that guy was a total A. I just want to say
he was a bad dad, wasn't he? But he was gutted by the death of his wife, many years before. So he kind
of just straight up mean.
Moved away from his kids. A bad dad trope. Not again. Not in anime. What are you doing, guys?
I just want to say, ICT Vinny's thumbnail is freaking awesome. I don't know. It's I love it.
That is cool.
That's scary. That is cool.
Nice to see you, man. First time or sorry, lady. I think it's a guy. Vinny is a good name. Great to see you.
It could be a girl. Don't. You're not a biologist, Gray. Be careful.
I'm not, but you know what? I don't care what you say. There are only two genders.
I'm with you there. I won't fight you on that one.
Oh no, that's going to get clipped and I'll get cancelled. I don't care. Bring it on.
Dude, with the amount of clips been going around about me lately, you'll be fine.
Oh my god. I love the Aurora effect on this, how they showed
this
it.
Is great.
It's so pretty.
So Noporio, can you tell us a little bit about what did you think of the idea? Like they called this comet Tiamat, and Lady B was like letting me know in the chat that it's the name of was it a Babylonian god or goddess? Is that right?
Yeah,
I know. Like they've used Tiamat, and they've used the name Tiamat in a lot of anime, a lot of Japanese stuff. Like it was in the first Final Fantasy. It was one of the four elemental fiends.
Look at it.
And then they used it again in like in the Legend of Galactic Heroes. It was like a star system, I believe, Tiamat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was. I don't know if it was. I wasn't sure if it was a Greek god or Babylonian or something.
That's kind of interesting because I'm looking up. It says it's a primordial goddess of the sea, mating with Abzu, the god of the groundwater, to produce younger gods. She is a symbol of the chaos of primordial creation. She is referred to as a woman and described as a glistening one. It is suggested that there are two parts to Tiamat mythos. In the first, she is a creator goddess, through a sacred marriage between different waters, peacefully creating the cosmos through successive generations. In the second, Chaos Kampf Tiamat is created and considered the monstrous embodiment of primordial chaos. Some sources identify with the image of a sea serpent or dragon.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's like there's peaceful creation. It's like, and then the act of like creation through destruction. That's kind of interesting in like Mesopotamian Babylonian myths. It's like there's a lot of like duality with female goddesses where like they have like this kind of creation ethos, and there's destruction in it too. And it's kind of like maybe the like the warrior, or like the mama bear, or like the vengeful lover. So it's interesting. Like if you look at like Inanna and stuff, like there's that kind of their stuff there too.
Yeah,
ramen.
When I was thinking of Tiamat, I was thinking of Final Fantasy, and Tiamat in that game is a is a five-headed sea dragon.
Oh, really?
Boss in the water temple / area of the first game. So yeah, that's all I thought when I heard Tiamat. So.
ICT Vinny's saying that your name is our favourite. Got the special edition box, and my girls have watched this anime probably 20 times for the last 2 years. Yeah, it's a cracker. It's a really good one. It's a huge recommend, for someone who's not normally into this kind of love story, anime. But yeah,
I need to pick this up. I think this is something worthy of being picked up. Just I mean, look at how beautiful this is right here. Like
it made us want to eat ramen, didn't it? We're all like, we want to have ramen.
I know. I want ramen so hard.
I love the creamy pork broth ramen, the tonkotsu. Usually or miso, sometimes miso. Miso ramen. I just love that stuff. So
it is good. I like it. I like
but the whole the mystical aspect just kind of went over my head. So I couldn't tell if I couldn't tell if they were going. I couldn't tell if the story was told in a linear way or if they were.
I agree.
They were going back in time to see what was going on before that. So I was completely confused by the chronology of events in this movie. So
there are a few different time jumps in it, aren't there? There were a couple. There's a 3-year one originally, which is we're not sure about, and then it becomes 5 and then 8.
Yeah, so the thing with this movie, did we cover that the two characters who are switching bodies? There's a time difference of 3 years. So when he goes and looks for her, it is super heartbreaking. When we find out as he's finding out. They show us. They don't just tell us. They show us that that town is gone. So that town was destroyed by that town was destroyed by that comet or by that comet. So I think it was a piece of that comet, right?
Yeah, a piece of the comet.
Yeah.
It split in two.
It was not a linear story. ICT Vinny says, yeah, absolutely.
And then he goes through I think it was a casualty list, and he finds her name. So I'm in that timeline, she's dead. So, or at least at that point, she's dead. So then he tries to help her change that.
This is why I want to watch it again. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
What? How am I insinuating that? What are you talking about? Nos has been hitting the whiskey too hard. I did no such thing.
Steve's innocent. The Queen is innocent. Sorry, bit of an exclamation there.
Your donut emperor is disappointed in you, Nos. No more Final Fantasy VII for you.
Oh no! You've killed it. You've killed the Final Fantasy VII streams.
Well, they're done. I won the
game. Oh no!
I did find that interesting, that part where he went searching
really
for her and then obviously wasn't there. Do you guys know what's called? Is it the memory loss just because this time dilation stuff? When they switch back, they forget every time because
there seemed to be some element of
learn
that.
Their names. Yeah.
It wasn't clear, was it? It wasn't made clear.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure why he at the end there. I guess we're not doing spoilers, huh? I'm not sure why he chose to write down a certain phrase instead of his name. It was sort of what happened?
Well, we're 40 minutes in, Steve, so if we can do spoilers by now. So spoiler warning. I think there've already been a few anyway, but
why? I just wasn't sure why he wrote down. I guess it was "I like you." You said it was "I like you" a lot.
I was going to write her name, but he wrote, "I like you, I love you."
So did that change, or did he write his name?
So sweet, Steve. Come on.
Well, I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's he could have wrote his name too. It's hey,
I know. I thought they were gonna write something, but it's "I like you" or something, and I'm like, oh.
I have a question. Remember that part where Steve? I don't know if you saw this, but remember that part where he's looking at his phone and then all the messages just vanish? Is it because of changes that he made? Is that the Back to the Future type of thing? Where time travel style,
that's
where
what I was
something
thinking.
and things vanish.
Well, that was sort of my question.
From existence.
Did he write his name and they didn't it changed on him or something? Because the phone messages got deleted, or did his name get erased? Did he put that in, or is it just he wrote down "I like"?
They were kind of dreaming. There was some kind of connection. Yeah, they were dreaming each other or something. Even with the time difference, they were connected. But then when he finally realizes and she realizes, what's happened, then the messages disappear. There's no name written. It's just a one line because he forgot the name before he could write it. it is a little bit like what?
It seems to almost feel like, in terms of weaving, like there were certain times when their like streams crossed, so to say, and they would experience this, like they would change the bodies and they'd remember things and they'd write notes to each other.
Yeah.
And then there were times when they went away and they didn't remember that. And
By the way, smoking in an animated movie, this is quite unusual, isn't it? 2016, it's a recent thing. You don't see it anymore. Come on, Japan. Japan's awesome.
It's always more interesting to see someone smoke than to not smoke. Now, I'm not a smoker. I don't think I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. But I like to watch other people. I don't mind watching other people smoking, for my benefit. It's just more entertaining to look at.
It just looks realistic. It's real life.
And I mean, like, it's a staple of film noir. Or film noir, if you want to.
Yes. Where would Blade Runner be without the smoke?
Blade Runner, your old Humphrey Bogart films, your freaking Falcon.
Asian anything, like there's like Asian people smoke so much, it's crazy.
It's still big over here, and they're still pretty cheap.
People smoke over here too. It's like kind of like.
You know, it's another great series that you see people smoke quite a bit. Mission Impossible, the original Mission Impossible series. Like, you see Martin Landau with that cigarette in his hand.
But that's back in the days, isn't it, when he was all kind of okay.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about Tom Cruise.
Oh my God, Japanese.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Imagine Tom Cruise having a smoke or doing a line.
The old Mission Impossible series is way cooler than the Tom Cruise movies.
Only in Tropic Thunder could I picture Tom Cruise doing the line.
Doing the line, yeah. Oh, classic movie. I could use smoke right now. Says Whooper Trooper.
You want to know why the old Mission Impossible series is really cool? Because they don't tell you everything right away. You learn a little bit, then you see the rest.
They show instead of telling. Really?
They
unbelievable.
See it as it plays out throughout the episode, and it's awesome.
You're just a peripheral. You know everything already.
Don't get started on that.
Okay, sorry. Anime stream. Sorry, my bad. Yes, close to 1K. Great to 1K. Great to 1K.
Getting there. Small steps, as it said in Contact. Small
baby
steps.
Great to 1K.
Baby steps,
absolutely.
baby. So I think we've covered pretty much the main parts, haven't we? So it is a recommend. Would you be interested in checking out more animation by this writer director? Because he's done another movie 2 years after this. I think I need to check the title.
We could get into weird like anime things. Like what was that like?
Absolutely.
The Cat Returns. Have you ever seen that? I like cat anime movies and like Kiki's Delivery Service. Like, oh my God, I have the cat right here.
I'll be honest, Kiki's Delivery Service was kind of underwhelming for a Miyazaki movie. That was a very underwhelming movie compared to Princess Mononoke, Porco Rosso, Castle in the Frickin' Sky.
Porco Rosso was
awesome. Though, look at him, he's so cute.
That looks like a demon.
I had a black cat, and I did a scarf and stuff. We cosplay together. See, Kiki's Delivery Service.
You cosplay a cat? Ooh.
Yeah.
What about Luna? What about Luna from Sailor Moon?
I like Luna too.
I didn't know Lady B was a furry. Wow.
I'm not a furry. No, I have a cat. I'm a cat mom. I had like 6 cats at one point in time.
Gray, I think it would be cool, man. Like, cause this stuff is not in my wheelhouse at all, right? I wouldn't even like when I try to get started with any anime stuff. I don't know where to start. I don't know like anything. So
Steve, I can help you with that.
I don't want your help. I want Gray's help.
I want help. Full stop. Period. I need help. This is a movie that came out a couple of years later. It's called Weathering with You. That's the English title. I've not seen it, but I'm going to watch it after seeing Your Name because I loved Your Name so much.
It looks almost like the same cover though.
Very similar style, isn't it? Yeah.
I thought you were showing the same one.
Let us know in the chat if you've seen Weathering with You. Is it worth a look? I reckon.
You know what? I was telling my brother about this, and he's like, "Yeah, watch it." And he said it's not as much of a feels train as I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Have you ever heard of that one?
No. I want to eat your pancreas.
Real? You just made that up.
Sounds like a zombie.
It's not a stupid name, but it's about like it's a tearjerker. Like somebody's dying of pancreatic cancer or something. And,
oh my God! Oh no!
Yeah, and it was just like holy feels train Batman.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to ask. My daughter is huge into anime, so I'll have to ask her if she's seen either one of these.
Okay, yeah, the cat lady from Bleach. Yeah, I remember that. I used to kind of watch Bleach. I cosplayed Bleach with my brother. Who's Ichigo? I was Khan.
Robot Carnival. I don't know that. Shelby AC. Thanks for the recommendation. That's cool.
Bleach.
If you get a chance, guys, and Lady B again, watch Tokyo Godfathers. It's I think it's by Satoshi Kon. Yeah, Perfect Blue Fame. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. It's moving. It's set at Christmas in Tokyo.
It's
animated movie.
It's an
So
anime
good.
movie and it's a Christmas movie.
And it's got diversity done well, done properly in it. Believe it or not.
The most
not hammered down your throat.
The most likable character in that movie it's basically three adults and a baby. So, but the most likable character
3 men and a baby.
Technically
I've seen that
one
movie.
man, one
Me too.
one girl, and one transvestite, and the transvestite's the most likable character.
Tokyo Godfathers. There we go.
That's right.
I've seen that cover before. I've never seen it, the anime, but I've seen that.
Lady
It's
B
a
was one of
great-
those again. It got me in the feels. I didn't expect it. I was like, oh my god, I was weeping by the end. It was so good. It's got a little bit of magic to it. It's set at Christmas in Tokyo in the snow. What more do you want?
Yeah, I might
So
cover,
when did-
I might cover that one.
So, Raporo, when did you learn you were into transvestites? This show?
I'll leave that.
Don't get me started on anime trash.
You said she was the most likable character. I'm just That was perfect. Sorry, buddy. I'm picking on you.
No, it's good. I love this, like, just hanging out and shooting the shit. This is what it's all about. This is what live streaming should be about. That's why we make these shows late, folks. Just saying.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
but okay, so check this out. So I don't know, man. Like, see, that's the hard part about anime. Like, you ask, and then you just get like so many people say there's obviously a wide variety. You just end up with the list, and it's just like it almost gets overwhelming. So
It does, Steve. It does.
Well, Steve,
you can't start a series, can you? Because there's like 2,000 episodes.
Because there's like it's like so much of anime. Like there's not as many movies like that are anime. There's like they're more like series. Like the really good series are like like Full Metal Alchemist is a really good one. I love that. Yeah, very good moving story and God, what was
I know something that I think Steve would like.
There was a cat one that was really good, and I can't think of what it was.
What is it with you and cats, Lady B? Come
I
on.
like cats. I'm a cat lady. What can I say?
I think this is where Nerporio punches back at me. All right, I'm ready for it, brother.
Paprika's great, Nosferatu. You're right. Paprika's awesome. That's by Satoshi.
You like Dungeons and Dragons, right, Steve? Or you like fantasy, right?
Yeah,
fantasy.
We all love it.
Well, there's an OVA. It came out in 1990 called Record of Lodos War.
I've heard of that.
Record of Lodos.
Yeah, Inuyasha's
Record
good too.
of
I remember
Lodos
that.
War. It's an OVA.
The cat returns. Yeah, I've seen that.
Inuyasha's brilliant.
With all the cats
What's
like
an
walking
OVA?
like this.
An OVA is original video animation, so it's usually something that comes straight to video. The only difference is, unlike your typical, with anime, it's different. It's usually better quality than let's say a television episode. Because television episode has to work within a time frame and within a very small budget, whereas an OVA can have a bigger budget and it could be as long as a movie.
Why do I feel
or as
like
short
there
as the
was
regular episode?
Why do I feel like they made a game about the Lodos War? I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just the
they've made games. They've made they actually made an actual television series.
Okay.
Which looks
because I've heard of that. It's one of those things. Like some of these are so.
It's very it's very Dungeons and Dragons. Like there's
next to the cat stuff. My other favorite is Initial D. Okay. For obvious reasons.
I've always abstained from Initial D because of how ugly the character designs are to me.
Yeah, it's so ugly. It is early anime. It's like early 90s.
It's not like Thundercats
Cars,
right?
You guys.
Oh, it's way better than
Thundercats. Oh my god, the newer
Thundercats.
Yeah.
Or Cal Art? Oh, it's way better than Cal Art.
Little car
it's ugly for anime, which is
on the move. Thundercats are loose.
Dude, I love Thundercats. Thundercats.
I mean, I have to like Initial D. I had a Hachiroku too, and an Evo 4.
Nosferatu, Initial D.
Let's take that match.
My favorite anime is Cars, says Whooper.
Yes, I love Cars. Oh my god,
it's not an anime, is it?
It's not. It's like a Pixar movie. You want to know something really fun? About Toy
Wait,
Story.
it's not Pokemon. Isn't Pokemon considered? Well, I guess Pokemon's a cartoon, isn't it? Or is it
Stop
an
talking
anime?
about poking your mum for
I don't
God's
think.
sake,
I don't
Steve.
think
What are you
Pokemon.
doing?
I don't think. I don't think
Oh,
Pokemon.
damn it, you got
I don't
me.
think Pokemon exists. I think. I think Woopa is. I think Woopa is.
Digimon
Bring
is
all
better
this.
than Pokemon, anyways, right? I mean,
That's right. That's right.
Digimon.
That's right.
I
Digimon.
don't get
Digital
Pokemon.
Monsters,
I was
Digimon are
watching-
the champions.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Speaking of Pokemon, guys, and Lady B, I've got a surprise. A late entry to the game. Here we go. Zaxx! He's
Hey
here!
guys,
He looks like a Pikachu.
Zach.
Wow, get my Pokeball.
He's
I'm,
cuter than a Pikachu or a
Zaxx!
Pokemon.
I'm ready to talk Lady Hawk. Let's go.
All right.
No, that's
Man,
next
that chick
week,
was hot.
Zaxx.
Wait, next week again? We're gonna watch
I'm
Lady Hawk
joking.
again?
No, I saw
Next
the
week, we're gonna watch a
Excalibur
horror
clip
movie for
in the
Steve.
front, and
Oh
I was
man,
like,
again?
Oh, bring back
What you
Excalibur.
doing
That
to
was
me?
bad.
Another horror movie?
Actually, next week I want you to introduce you to this, but I don't have the English version. I'm afraid it's the original tentacle hentai porn. Stopped at the wrong time. I stopped at the wrong time. Sorry.
Salty's favorite clip of all time, right there.
Not
Man, I was interested. Were we really watching it? Let's go. I was wondering. It was
I
crazy.
wish I had a copy. It's a crazy title. I can't even say it, and I can speak Japanese. It's something like Urutsudoji, Legend of the Overfiend.
Oh my
So
god!
I'll send a link
No,
later in the
that's-
Emporio if you
He
can
likes
find it.
donuts and
And
donuts.
there's
amazing.
Oh my god!
Just amazing.
There's no
Yeah,
anime
wow. Look like
titties
it.
though.
Private watch party after the stream finishes. Okay.
She liked
Just
it.
saying.
You could tell she was into it. Right.
I love
Obviously.
that.
Obviously, yeah.
Those noises.
Oh wait, Lady B's got. You should send that voice work into.
Yes.
Yeah, you're there. There, dude. Oh my god.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Guys, what's crazy? That version I've got, it's in Japanese, of course, but it's only got French subtitles. I can't find anything with any
Holy crap.
English. The English
Lady
version I
B-
used to have was heavily censored, like hugely censored. You wouldn't believe
Lady
it.
B's starts making anime noises, and your stream shot up to 800 viewers. What happened?
Hey, no way. I hate hentai. Oh.
I do.
Oh.
It's like.
How much have you watched, Lady B? How much?
Yeah,
hentai
I guess
you
that's the
consumed?
proper question. I have not watched any,
I
so
don't know, tentacles. I caught my brother watching it once.
Oh,
Stephen
go
Ransom,
on.
you're right. Tentacles
Go
are
on.
the cause. Many
Ooh,
problems.
wait, she caught him watching it, so
Go
pants must have been down.
Come on.
I was
Donut fully engaged. Oh,
I
sorry.
was outside and like I was working in the yard and I just walked by and I'm like, what are you?
Is that a donut? Is that what's? Oh my god!
I was just
Lady
like,
B, what are you doing to
what?
cause the testosterone levels to spike by 400%?
I'm in a woman's body.
What's this? Oh my God.
Wow.
You know how the
Now
female
now
feel?
she's reacting reacting the show. Oh,
Oh.
my
I'm
god!
glad I showed up.
Zaxx, you came at the
God.
right time. You brought this with you. That's fantastic.
I did. She's
Hey,
all
calm
loosened up
down.
and ready to go.
I
That's
know.
what she, woo.
Are those Canadians?
Yes,
So we're too
Canadians
close.
do that. We do. It's too cold
Zaxx,
to
do you
fuck
ha-
around here. We have to go right to it.
I saw Zaxx's video where he's clearing,
snow.
well, almost clearing snow. The first is it the first proper snow of the
Wow.
season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
not almost clearing. It was like
Feel cold.
half, I guess. Well, I would say about a below average amount of snow, like 10 inches.
10 inches,
Yeah,
ladies.
below average. Yeah,
That's what she said.
that's
Yeah,
right.
Whoop. I forgot Whoop was there for some of my Final Fantasy stuff. You caught me, Whoopa. Sorry, buddy. You're right. Yeah.
DJ Ronnie G is saying that when he was in middle school, he showed a friend who was like, I need more of these tunes. These anime. I tell you, man, it blew my young, pure, innocent
like,
mind. I had
what?
no idea. Like, what's this? I was told it was a Lovecraftian horror anime, so I was sold. I was like, yeah, I want to watch this. I had no idea it was like fapping and all sorts of going on. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going
you
on
were
with this?
horrified in an all different way. You're like, oh my
I
god.
became a man that night, I just say.
You just you just found the nearest woman. You're like, let's go.
Oh,
What's
God.
this? Let's do it.
Zaxx, while we've got you, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts generally on anime? Do you watch any movies, anime? I know series are very difficult to follow, aren't they, because they're so long.
They are too long to really follow, and they're intimidatingly long, like you are, Gray. Really.
It's true. I've heard
Yeah.
that.
That's what she said.
That's
It's
right.
supposed to be secret,
Oh
man.
no, it's out there now. You know what? I've been a big fan, and I was more of a fan, I guess, earlier when it was harder to find them because I had more time to watch them back in
Yeah.
those days.
Yes.
We had
I
to
feel
import
like the
tapes
quality has gone down too, like
DVDs.
with it.
and maybe.
What do you
maybe.
think, Zaxx? Has the quality gone down over the years?
I can't really judge because I haven't watched enough recent stuff, and there's too much
Yeah.
recent stuff to watch. But the classic stuff, like the Studio Ghibli, that style, that was kind of it was just kind of coming over here at that point, coming all over the place over here at that time. And
Did you
welcome,
really
Steve.
just say that, man?
You're welcome,
Zaxx is trying to make a comment. Will you stop laughing, for God's sake?
You're welcome, Steve. That's for
just
you.
said creaming all
That's
over
for
the
his
place.
fault.
Come on.
Good. All over the place, yeah. And at the time, and so that got us interested. And so we ordered some. There was a store one store that sold it, but it was only not hentai either, but just Japanimation at the time.
Yeah.
And so you could buy whatever they happen to have, and
Right.
that was it. And we would legally download PlayStation games from Japan that were in Japanese, but we didn't know what they were because we couldn't speak Japanese, and so
Yeah.
we didn't know what they were until we tried to play them. And one of them was a game called Pepsi Man, which I recommend. That's my story.
Pepsi Man.
Another one was apparently called Kitty on My Lap. I don't recommend that one. I don't know.
I think
because it was
Lady B might like that one.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
she might have.
Yeah, she might. Kitty on my lap.
Any kitties, any cats? That sounds cool. Wow. I'm getting a bit hot
Corporeal.
flustered here.
Get drinking, buddy. We gotta loosen you up.
Stephen Ransom's got a good one here, guys, if you haven't seen. Wicked City. Wicked City, it's an older one. It's a classic. Really good. It's around the same kind of era as Ninja Scroll, I think, but it's an animated movie. Really good.
Ninja Scroll's
It's
so good.
sexy
Vampire
as well.
Hunter D.
Sexy and crazy and funny. Wicked
Vampire
City.
Hunter D was
I've
a
never
good anime
finished.
too.
I've never finished Ninja Scroll.
Me neither.
Gateway anime.
I don't know. I always
Z.
fall
Dempsey.
asleep. I always fall asleep when I try to watch it.
Who was
It's
shouting
like
at?
there
Norrin.
seems like
Norrin
there's
as
like
well.
a lot of their genres are kind of divided into like there's like high school romance,
Yeah.
and then there's like my girlfriend is a demon or like kind of supernatural stuff, and then there's like mechas or whatever they call them, like mechanical suit things.
Mech,
Yeah, mecha.
Gundam,
Mecha Random.
Yeah, I
Super
mean,
robot,
Gundam's
real
good, too.
robots.
Whooper Troopers with a very what do you call it, inspiring comment here. OxyContin is pretty good too. Oh wait, wrong topic. Where did that come from, Whooper? I thought you were innocent.
Oh man, I'd hate to see a Whoopa on Oxy. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
I reckon he's hooked.
Yeah.
Best gateway anime is Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, it is fantastic.
Oh, I heard that.
Nosferatu
Really
recommends
good,
the English dub as well, which is
I
unusual.
heard the
Yes.
live action was so good they canceled the second season.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that
Akira,
too?
Ghost in the
What
Shell.
a shame. What a
Classic
shame they
stuff.
killed it.
Yeah.
They killed that.
Yeah, Akira's man. If you want something that's messed up,
But see,
watch Akira.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like we just talked about. So we're talking about anime, and now like anime dump. Like how
200
many different
come up,
How
yeah,
many different
that's
ones?
it.
It's like okay, so it's like what do I do?
Steve, you and I are gonna watch Akira. We're gonna talk about it.
Akira's
Okay,
amazing,
okay.
Steve.
Alright.
It's crazy and amazing. We're talking about like feeling boobies and stuff. If you fancy a bit of that, there's Chainsaw
Who
Man
doesn't?
has finally come out, the animation
Chainsaw
version. Yeah,
Man.
Chainsaw Man. It's
Wait,
4
yeah.
episodes in. It's a good time to jump in. It's crazy. It's funny. It's got I think the main character is it Denji? All he wants is a bit of bread and jam and to touch a girl's
The booba?
boobs. It's
The
all he
booba?
wants in life.
You would have me sold if it was donuts and jam or something. but toast and jam. No.
Here we go
Donuts and
again.
cream.
Round back to donuts and cream.
Always goes back to donuts.
That's my wheelhouse right
Oh.
now, man. I'm not. Once you find it, you gotta just ram it home.
That a boy.
Jesus. There's no stopping him, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
Okay, guys, before we finish up then, because I like to keep these streams kind of short. This is so much
Sure.
fun, though. We could keep going. While we've got Zaxx, let's have a big congratulations to Zaxx. He's going to be celebrating, I think, an anniversary tomorrow.
Awesome!
11 years. 11 years.
Congratulations! It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
really
Kampai,
amazing.
cheers.
Congrats.
Yeah. Oh, with a girl,
Cheers.
a woman. Yeah. scene.
Oh, no, I thought it was with Salty. I thought it was you and Salty. Oh.
I thought it was you and Nos. Oh, God.
That hasn't happened yet.
The
Yeah.
first
Nosferatu
day
is just
you
after
made
him for
a
his
gay
shoulders.
apple.
Yeah. So we went for dinner tonight. We did the whole steak dinner thing and all that. It was awesome.
Okay. That's
Nice.
awesome, man.
And then I came home and had dessert.
Yes.
Ooh.
Dessert is this stream. Is that right, Zaxx? No, I
That's
mean,
right.
thanks a lot for dropping in. I really appreciate that. You said you were busy tonight,
That's
so
why.
that's
That's
cool,
why I was
man.
all flustered when it came in here.
Yeah, when I came all over the place. Yeah.
Cream everywhere.
Zaxx just
I'm
broke
sure. All over
Nosferatu's
the
heart.
place. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
he didn't know you were married. He's
Oh.
gonna stop emailing you now. Sorry.
No, don't
Whooper, you're
stop.
right. YouTube, it's one big love triangle, isn't it? Or what do you call it? Love hexagon or something.
That's really
Pentagon?
awesome.
Pentagram. Oh God, it's all gone. So before we finish, should we go around the horn and see what people have got coming up or where you're going to be on YouTube the next few days? Lady Balefire, start with you. What have you got coming up?
Okay, well, me and Nerdporio, we're going to do the Eye of the World recap on Sunday. On Saturday, I'm doing a movie night with Adam the Renaissance Nerd, and we're watching The Count of Monte Cristo. So
Great
I'll be
movie.
doing that. I don't know what videos I'm going to be putting out because I just started a new job and kind of figuring the scheduling and what to do.
Congratulations, by the way. New
Thank you.
job.
Yeah, I started doing DoorDash with our friend
Dovey.
Dovey from the
Making
chat.
the money.
You and
Is that when you
Dovey.
ring someone's bell and then run off quick before the answer?
Yeah, like they don't say like I don't want to see you, just put the food on my thing. And the first day I did it, it was pouring rain, and I'm just like, dude, your door, like I have like a bag of Taco Bell in a like freaking paper bag. You sure you want me to leave this on your wet ass like patio?
And he's like,
And this lady, like
and
the
they're
first
like,
woman I had,
yes.
she's just leave it at the door. And I'm like, okay,
like,
enjoy
yes.
your soggy ass like fake meat bug
Yeah.
taco.
I don't want human contact. Just don't go away.
Why are my crunchy tacos all soggy? Well, you had me leave them out in the rain, so hello.
I bet your
That's
tacos
cool.
aren't as soggy as your donuts, Steve.
You and
It's
Whoa.
fun though. I like doing it because it's like one of the hard things for me for finding a job is because I have a disability and it makes it really hard to stay on my feet all day. But I can't sit all day either.
Oh my
I can
God.
work what I want, and I can sit in my car and wait for orders and read books or write. So
There
I
you go.
bring my
Nice.
little journal with me, and I've done a whole chapter like
Butt
outlining.
taco.
Butt
See,
taco.
Vinny fits right in. See,
Vinny, what the hell are you
I
talking
know
Vinny
Vinny
about?
said it was his
Taco.
first time, but Vinny's figured it out. Good job, my man.
Yeah.
I love it.
I blame Nosferatu for his influence in the chat. It's everything. By the way, Nosferatu, yes, I am a little bit high already drunk. It's only half a bottle of very small local Japanese blended whiskey.
You and
Japanese
Dovey.
whiskey's an experience. I got some like from TJ's. And
There's
I'm
some really
like,
good stuff, but
"Ooh."
it's expensive. The good stuff is very, very pricey.
Oh my god, all good whiskey is expensive.
Okay, that's cool. So, Lady B, a bit of Wheel of Time with Nerdporial. That's good to hear. And
Yeah,
Nerdporial and everybody on the panel, you inspired me to listen again. I'm listening to the audiobook of Eye of the World. You guys have pushed me to do it. This is going to be a third time.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay, Nerdporial, what have you got then coming up apart from Private Time with Lady B?
It's not private time. This is it's part two.
Yeah,
of,
Pips is gonna be there. It'll be a threesome, huh?
Go.
Pips
Go
is
with
gonna
it,
be
Brian.
there. Steve is
Yeah.
gonna be there, and
Steve,
if,
too.
If,
Ooh.
and if Nathan can make it, Nathan's gonna be there. So it's gonna be,
Steve's everywhere, man, these days.
Hey,
Oh
Courtney.
my gosh, it's like an orgy.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so we're going to be
Just
covering.
jealous.
It's going to be part 2 of 3. So we're going to start with chapter 9. Going to discuss chapter 19 of of Eye of the World, and I'm thinking probably in the late 30s. So as far as I can get within the next couple of days. So I'm on chapter 30 now.
I think
So
I'm on
let's
11,
see
but
how
I've already
much.
read it. So.
So
Yeah,
so wherever you finish, it's gonna be from there to the end for part 3. That's part 3 is gonna be long.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. So
All right.
unless
I'm down for it.
unless we need a part 4, it doesn't necessarily have to be a trilogy.
True enough. True enough.
Courtney, great to see you, by the way. Thank you so much for dropping in. I hope you're good. I hope you're Genki. We need to catch up. Okay, thanks for that. Sorry, Napoyo, I didn't mean to cut you off. Was that good?
No, that's pretty much good. So
Are we good?
That's I think other than that, that's it. And then the week after is gonna be I'm gonna do the Sunday after I'm gonna do a birthday stream.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is it your birthday coming up?
Yeah, my birthday's going to be a week from Sunday.
Yes.
Happy
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where's
So,
Megs
yeah.
to sing you happy birthday?
He's already
Well,
got that on tap,
she's-
I think. Yeah.
She
Oh,
said
no, if
she
it's
said
Sunday.
she'd probably do that. So
She is a singer.
All right. Yeah.
She
When,
is.
I
Or,
have to ask. Dempsey's asked. He's asked the question I was going to ask. When's Breath of Fire start, man?
probably next week. Probably
All
next week.
right. Sweet.
I'll we'll talk. We'll talk. So
Ooh.
What's Breath of Fire?
it's a Super Nintendo JRPG.
I miss Super Nintendo.
Stephen Ransom, the Nurporial of Time is a good wheelhouse. There we go.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Nurporial needs new batteries. What for, though, Nathan? That's the question. What for? Okay, sorry about that. Are you guys going to continue with the peripheral Nurporial, Steve, Zaxx, or has it the last episode kind of put you off? I
Oh,
think I must have watched a different episode. I thought it was good.
You guys can. Oh, jeez. Watch it again, man. Oh,
I was
Great.
a bit drunk though, Steve. I was drinking at the time.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
That
great.
episode suffered from everything that's modern entertainment's known for.
But it had some good action scenes for once, apart from the last one. I know, yeah, the last one was stupid.
There's
We
Showdown
were pretty
at Forever
critical of those
21.
action scenes too, right,
Well,
Steve?
Oh God, man!
You guys are so critical. I couldn't believe it.
it
I thought I was
literally-
watching Friday Night Tights for a
I
minute.
know.
It literally drove Nurpoil to drink. And when you are 5
Yeah.
feet away from somebody and have somebody's back, and you shoot a shotgun and you miss them by 2 feet to the right or to the left.
Oh,
there's
that
a
was
problem.
ridiculous in the bar. And that
Yes.
Irish character. I know. What's going on? It's not even in the book. It's completely changed now from the book.
So the assassin takes out all these people at the bar, at the bowling
Yeah.
alley, but he gets bested by
Oh,
what's
the
his-
red.
by Jasper's wife, and she was just insufferable
Yes.
the whole episode. I'm like,
Yeah, but she shot him
seriously?
twice and he kept getting back up because he had a vest on, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she
she should've been
she still
dead.
subdued him. Like he would have killed her first and then killed them.
Yeah, but
mean,
first she
she's
ran out of the
professional.
way and hid behind the car. If you
Well,
remember.
he walked
She was
by
hiding.
her
She
with-
was,
She was
walked by her
standing
with
there,
her-
and he walked by her. He didn't do
with
anything.
his gun out.
This is for another stream. I know, but I know what you're saying. Why did he have that
Ray,
stupid weapon?
Ray,
Why
you
didn't
need
he have
to
any
cut-
guns
okay,
with him?
so-
Why
so
didn't he have
here's
any,
the thing.
a knife
Ray,
even?
That's
You
the
need
question,
to
Greg.
come. You need to come watch episode 6 with us, and we will show you.
I wish I
everything
could,
that's
man.
wrong
I'm
with
at work when
I
you
feel
guys
like
are.
I need to
man.
watch this series just so I can rag on it with you guys.
Zaxx called it out real quick. Like, go ahead. He said he had an epiphany in the middle of us reviewing it. Do you remember what that was, Zaxx?
No, what was that?
It was that this was the moment when we realized we were just going to basically destroy this show live on every Sunday night, or what, Friday night.
It's left the book behind, Steve, by now, unfortunately. I'm sad to say. To me, it feels like a different kind of original science fiction drama now. It's not the book.
It's just, we'll
shame.
talk. We could talk for hours.
We can
Greg, 'cause-
talk. Yeah,
because
sorry,
it's
don't want to get
it's
sidetracked.
crazy.
They spent like 20 minutes establishing how good Bob was at being an assassin and why they would have picked him from the future of all people to come and be their assassin of choice and pay him
Yeah.
$10 million to then show up and be a buffoon. They could have
Yeah.
not wasted any of that time and had a buffoon show up and lose,
That's-
and it would have been
He had
fine.
no backup
Why
weapons.
waste
An assassin.
This is modern entertainment. Like,
Don't
tried to
doubt
go-
the power of the V, Zaxx. The power
Oh,
of
you
the
got
V.
let's Zaxx
The
go.
power
Go.
of the
Go,
V.
Zaxx. Go,
he
Zaxx.
tried to assassinate her with basically a
Okay,
defibrillator.
altogether.
Like he had to put it on her chest to kill
He had
her.
to
An
reach in the-
assassin.
He
Reach
had to
into the
reach in
vehicle.
the van and
Gray, if he had a knife, she would be dead. A knife.
Yes. He had nothing to back up that weird
But he
future
uses
weapon, which he doesn't know
paddle.
how to use.
Right.
Just once. He used it like once or twice.
He has
I know,
a gun.
I know.
He's got
Yeah,
a real gun.
But he's
I was
good
drinking
at it.
beer, guys. I was enjoying it. I like Chloe.
Ah.
Chloe, what's she called? Chloe
Hit girl?
Garcia. Right, is.
No, I like
Garcia?
Hit Girl, and she forgot to keep up with her kung fu
Little Miss
training.
Sunshine. I like her.
Because her kung fu fight at the end was terrible too. They couldn't lift their legs above their waist.
It was still better than anything in Rings of Power. Come on.
Yeah,
it's
probably.
fair.
Yeah, that's true. Fair
wait a
enough.
minute.
I
Rings
know.
of Power is the
I was
greatest show
upset,
ever.
guys. I was upset. I was like, I think they're right. And maybe I watched it too high or too forgiving. But if Nurporial's saying it's bad, it's gotta be bad because he's so fair.
He was upset. He was physically upset, actually.
So,
Steve,
Steve, what have you got
liking
coming
it.
up? Sorry, man. Sorry to
He liked
derail the
it,
stream.
Gray.
What have you got
let-
coming up?
We liked it. We wanted it to be good. What do I have coming up? So tomorrow, I'm clipping actually our review section where we went over some of the most ridiculous parts.
Oh, it's a good idea. Good idea. I want to hear the review.
Yeah, so I'm gonna clip the end. I did clip already the very end of the show, and when we looked at the coming soon. So that I already clipped out of the live stream. I'm gonna clip the part where we review everything. Because we go over a lot and we still didn't hit everything. So Zaxx and Raporo brought up some great points and stuff. And there's so much to rip apart. It's I wish they wouldn't make it so easy to rip apart. It sucks that we wanted that show to be really good. We were looking forward to it. So that's when we started doing this because we're enjoying it.
Dempsey, nice comment. The flippy flip kick was fun to hear you all destroy. Noporio was like, "Oh, I dragged too fast."
He did. He did drink too fast.
The show broke him. It was so funny. Just
I can't believe it, Brian. What's happened, man?
He was so drunk.
I'm gonna say never watch that again. Ever. Never watch that again. Just like Dark Helmet's baseball.
Never watch it.
That's a great scene.
Don't ever. Where? Oh.
Okay, Steve. So you've got that coming up. Yeah, you've got you've got to clip the highlights. What else have you got?
We're still gonna do the Saturday, or I'm sorry, it's Friday. So it's actually like Thursday at 11:30 Eastern. We'll be watching it live and reviewing it. Just because we're this far, we might as well finish her up, right? So
how many episodes?
Finish her up.
Finish her up. Yeah. 3. I think 3 left. 3 left. So I might be able to get.
Who are you and where's Noporial? That's what I want to know.
I know he's really kind of like raunchy today.
Whenever he gets some alcohol in him,
I'm actually a peripheral.
He's a bit naughty. I like it. I think I like it, Zaxx. How about you?
He's a different guy.
I don't mind.
Ryan is a different person when he gets some booze in him. So
I still blame Pips. I blame Pips for everything.
You should. He did it, but you know what? We get the candid Nerdporial experience, and I love every minute of it.
How did Pips turn you to drink Nerdporial?
Pip started it.
Well, I promised. So for Sunday, I promised every time I hear, every time I hear read and find out, I have to take it. I have to take a swig. I have to be careful.
So this is for Sunday too. So Sunday we're doing the Eye of the World thing on Nerdporial's channel. So.
Oh no, that's going to be Monday for me, so I won't be able to watch live.
I made an epic opening.
I'm excited to see this.
Yes, I'm just gonna say if you can identify what I use for the editing, I can't wait.
No,
go mute.
All right.
Oh, Jesus!
The question is this?
Can you read it out, Noporial, please? I can't read it.
Godporial was once a bright-eyed young man with hope, and now the Baileys has him living in a van down by the river.
That's right, you're genius, mate. I love you, man. Oh god.
Pleasure. Love it. So yeah, and then a mismatch of stuff this weekend. I think I may try a new game tomorrow morning. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Oh dear.
You okay, man? You all right?
Crying. I'm Kimi no Nawa, your name, or maybe I don't know. The tears are coming out. It's the whiskey tears. What do you call it when you start crying?
Whiskey tears.
Just as long as it's not whiskey dick, right?
Whatever. Nasa's joke got really be hot. Look at that.
So
clothes started coming off. Oh my goodness.
Where are we? That's what's making me hot. That's what it is. My God.
So to answer Courtney's little thing saying she missed me. Well, I've been around. I've been streaming. So come feel free.
I miss Courtney as well. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't think. Steve, did we get everything?
I hope
Sorry
everything's
about
going
that.
well. I hope everything's going well for you. I read what you were saying in the chat.
Me too. That's
I'm sorry. I'm
being
sorry.
serious
I'm sorry
for a
what you're
moment.
going through. I've never been married, so I can only imagine.
Divorce sucks. It just does.
I figure.
You just have to get through with it, and then at the end of the day,
Don't get married. Don't do it.
Why does everyone hate that? Like,
oh my goodness.
I still have hope for myself. I'm not giving up. But
I've been married 22 years, Lady B.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Okay, good. I'm hopeful for myself here. I don't want to die alone with 50 cats. Like,
The crazy cat lady down the road.
Yeah, definitely. Or
Zaxx, sorry, Zaxx. Zaxx, what have you got coming up?
Well, first I want to warn the chat that if you're thinking about Googling sister interrupts brother while watching hentai from Lady B's story, don't do it. Don't do it. Or if you do it, make sure there's no one else around who can interrupt you. Okay? I'll leave it there for that.
Keyboard noises, quick. Keyboard noises.
Wednesday night, usual show 9 o'clock this week. We're going to be planning on finishing off, speaking of walking in on people, finishing off the Rings of Power cringe tournament this week.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
yeah, that was
all
fun.
around.
2 weeks ago, get that done. And other than that, I want to talk to Gray about why he liked that episode of Peripheral. And otherwise, I'm going to do a review for that.
I would love to know that too, Gray.
I'd love to know that too.
Oof.
That's
That would
it.
be interesting.
Maybe
Okay,
Gray
that's
had
brilliant.
some. Maybe Gray had some pleasure. You know.
I think he did, yes.
it was that can of what was it? I had oh my god, I can't remember the name now. So I'm getting stream brain. I'm a little bit drunk. What's the word? What's the one? Not Suntory Premium Malts, something like that. Anyway, Kirin. That's it. Kirin Ichiban Shibori. It's a really good beer. I only had one. It may be like that episode too much. There we go.
Well, you know, you're looking at the beautiful. Was it
Steven's
Chloe?
shocked.
Yeah, there you go. You
Mrs.
were
Teahouse would be
mesmerized.
heartbroken. I don't know if she's got a heart to break anymore, Steve. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Ooh. 20 likes, Gray.
Unbelievable.
21.
It's the power of the panel, the power of breasts. That's all I got to say.
Breast.
Yeah, the breasts get it done.
It comes back
You
to
know
that
me,
movie, man.
I love titties. I'm sorry, I always say it. Like Isildur's sister just brought it out in me.
Clip
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I love titties. All right.
That's what I'm
I
doing later
do.
tonight.
I'm not ashamed to say it.
Good. No, you shouldn't be ashamed. I'm with you. I'm on Team Titties.
Courtney, I'd invite you, but we're finishing up soon, and say to like increase the femaleness of this panel
Yeah,
because
we
it is
need more
very,
girls.
very male, I'm afraid.
Representation, Gray.
I'm a little bit drunk. Do you have any other setting, Gray? I do sober streams sometimes, don't I, Zaxx? It's true.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Speaking
Sometimes.
of drinks.
Okay, we'll wrap things up. Guys, don't disappear. We'll have a quick chat in the studio if it's okay after we finish.
Of course.
Maybe a long
Definitely.
chat. I'll show you the
Peripheral.
uncensored version of that video. All it remains to say is thank you so much for watching. This is Gray, Lady Balefire, Nerdporial, Prophet the Dragon, Steve, and Zaxx in the tea house. Wishing you a great weekend and hoping to see you very
Thank
soon.
you for having me. It was awesome and I enjoyed the movie.
Great to
It's been
1K.
fantastic. It's been
Great to
great.
1K. Great to 1K.
Let's just
Great to
finish
1K.
with one final clip. Here we
Somebody
go.
gets.
Thought I was going for a minute. No man's put me down yet. You had any training in the martial arts?
That's me. That's me in like 10 years. No, 5 years. Thought I was going for a minute. Nobody's put me down yet.
Oh boy. You said.
Wacky Tea House. Please subscribe.